think I had a good time in Gabon. It was a completely different territory. It was the first time as a traveler that I felt uncomfortable and I felt vulnerable and I felt that I needed to earn it. I needed to earn the comfort, even though the Gabonese themselves didn't expect me to earn it, but I felt like I needed to earn it. I don't know if you get that kind of
I
analogy.
absolutely get that. And it's quite interesting, when you point out that, the narrative around what's written about Africans. And I think it's so important how we also shape the narrative around that when we go and visit each other and we experience each other's countries, the importance of being able to unpack those experiences without taking away from that country.
Yes.
So you're putting it very well when you're saying, you feel you have to earn it because no one is saying you have to earn it, but part of uncomfortability is sometimes we feel like we have to prove a point and get over the
Yep.
uncomfortability instead of just being comfortable in the uncomfortability. I think yeah. So beyond Gabon, being from Lesotho, you said that there is a part of your life that transcends around travel. So you've opened up a destination company where you take people to different destinations.
Yes, yes, I have. Yeah. So, so of course, now that I could afford it, and then I myself pay for myself to go there and go either alone or with few friends or family members. But then ultimately, um, I was like, chances are there is not only I who would like to experience this beauty, and then I conceptualized a travel company which I call LYD.
Mm-hmm.
Love your destination, right? So what we do essentially is to help you to love your destination,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess the name generally came about, um, knowing that South Africans are so anxious about travel, who's gonna take care of me, and all of that and all of that. What happens when I get there? What if I get kidnapped? What if I lose my phone? All of those kind of things. So yeah, yeah. So we just essentially would like to walk the journey with you and help you love your destination regardless. So that's what
Wow.
that's the company that I actually own right now. And yes, it's a travel and events company. So I do both.
So are there any big events that you've done, or what kind of events do you focus on?
Okay, all right. So I'm quite a musical person. At the
Mm-hmm.
same time, I'm a social person. I like being out there. So events that we do, your experiences, your polo events, um, would do, for instance, your music events. So let's assume there's a jazz festival in Cape Town, right? Then
Yes.
would package the entire to go to Cape Town. You travel plus that. So you're not just going to Cape Town to be there and then look at the tall buildings, etc., etc. But then there should be an experience in it as well, right?
Yeah.
Experience that. Then if you wanna go to the wine estates there and taste wine as well, it's still part of that entire
Yeah.
package, which would be the experience, even though it's more inclining on travel. You wanna go to Lake Malawi for a big music festival, then we're still there. So those kind of events, those experiential kind of events.
Absolutely. I mean, I've always wanted to go to Lake Malawi for the music festival that they have. I think it's towards October, and
Yes, yes.
always wanted to go. I haven't gone yet. I think it
Yeah,
looks absolutely beautiful. I've seen pictures from there, so
yeah,
I
it
can
is.
only imagine what it must be like. Even though I'm not too big a fan of crowds, but the
Yep.
interesting thing that found interesting about Cape Town, for instance, was for the longest time I did not know that there were wine farms that existed inside town. I
Yes,
always
they
thought these like Stellenbosch
Gonna
and
appear in Stellenbosch and Weber's back and all of those. Yeah.
just right there, and I learned that through the red bus. Weirdly enough,
Oh
I
yeah. Oh yes. Oh yes. Yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
"But why the grapes on this tree?" And they said, "Oh, it goes through the wine valley in Constantia." And I was like, "Say what?"
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
uh,
That's why you have certain wine bottles written Constantia on them.
absolutely,
Yeah.
but it didn't click initially, right? So,
Yeah.
out of all these destinations, which are the ones that you've enjoyed the most? And it's I know sometimes it's impossible to say I like this one more than that one, but what is your ultimate favorite when you just need a getaway for yourself and you need to press the pause and relax button? Where do you go?
Surprisingly, okay, cool. Surprisingly, I enjoy Lesotho a lot. The mountains there are beautiful. If you wanna meditate and do many other things and recuperate, I would say take a drive to Lesotho. You go up on the highlands and the mountains. But the destinations that I've enjoyed the most, on my number one list, is Benin. I've stayed in Benin for many times. I've gone back to Benin, Cotonou. Uh, uh, what is the other town? The capital city is Cotonou. Yeah, I've been there. I love Benin. Then trust me, Kenya is something else. Now this is West and East Africa. East Africa, Kenya is something else. I've been to
Yeah.
Nairobi. I've been to the Masai Mara. Uh, I've been to Mombasa. I've been to Diani Beach. I've been to Malindi. I still would like to go to Lamu. The last time I was there, there was this shock wave about terrorism and whatnot. Right, but Benin has been my most favorite. Kenya, I'll put it there. Lesotho, of course, I'll be a little bit biased. It's home. My roots are in Lesotho. So yeah, and then in South Africa, of course, South Africa will give you the best of all worlds.
Mhm.
You've got Mpumalanga right here. Then you've got the Drakensberg. You do have Durban. You have Cape Town. So South Africa is incomparable. If you
The absolute fault for
if you
choice.
know what I'm saying. Hence why most South Africans, yeah, hence why most South Africans don't find themselves out there because mindset. Why am I looking for out of country when I have all of it here? You get me, right? But I don't think that way. And then in Europe, I enjoyed Spain a lot. I enjoyed Spain a lot. I
You love it.
visited Barcelona. Sorry.
I was saying, what did you love about Spain?
Oh, I love the sport culture being soccer or foot. I love the food there, right? You get to Spain, you don't feel like you're eating something completely brand new, but at the same time, it is. You get me? It is brand new. So I love the food there. I love the language. The women, the Spanish women are pretty. I just had to throw that in there.
Oh, over there, like, let me not say anything that's offensive.
they are they are pretty. Um, People in Spain have got a different set of manners. They keep to themselves, but immediately willing to help. Immediately, right? Yeah, yeah. Because of course I've traveled a lot. There's people that are always willing to help, but that becomes a problem sometimes. You know?
How did it
Yeah.
become? I want to know that part.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm saying, with countries like Benin, for instance, my Benin people, Benin friends are always willing to help, right? But it becomes a problem when you don't get to have a chance to think about what kind of help you need. You get me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So at some
So
point,
they face. give you the best kind of hospitality to the point where you're almost being babied.
Exactly. Yeah. So do you want to go to Wida? Do you want to go to thingy? So yeah, that's the thing. That's the difference between they and the Spanish. But yeah, those are the countries I think. So in a list on a list of five, Benin, Kenya, Spain, Lesotho, South Africa.
Fantastic. Now, for all the young people out there who say, I don't have enough money to travel. I don't know, how do I get my life in order? What would your words of wisdom be to them?
Okay, all right. One thing that I've learned over my years of travel is that it becomes or it looks expensive if you look at it from one angle, right? So if you told me right now that you're going to charge me 10,000 rand to take me to Kenya,
Mm-hmm.
of course that would feel steep. If 10,000 is a lot of money to me,
Mm-hmm.
until you said to me, please, I'm gonna ask of you 11,000 rand. I'm taking you to Kenya, Ethiopia, and Tanzania. Right? Then I start thinking, oh, flip. I'm gonna do three countries. I can save up to this. So
Mm-hmm.
just for simple mathematics, let's put 12,000 rand on a table, and then I'm saying let's go to Kenya, but we're not going now, going in December.
Yeah.
Then 1,000 rand divided by 12 months, that's 1,000 rand,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you would start saving up, which is what we call travel stock fell lately. You would start
Yeah.
saving up from January 1,000 rand until into it.
So,
When that time comes, of course, you're not just going to Kenya, you go into East Africa, right? And that's how I do my travel. I look at it in regions. I look at it in north, south, west, and east, right? So if I'm interested in a country in the east, Kenya being one of them, then I
mm-hmm.
check what other countries are close there that I can lay over to, etc., etc. So then that 12,000 doesn't really, it becomes value for money in that you've got 12,000 rand, but you're going to three countries in East Africa. You've got 12,000 rand, you're going to four or three countries in West Africa, Nigeria, Benin, Togo, Ghana. You get me? Four countries. So so as a young person, I would like young people to start looking at things that way,
Mm-hmm.
inquire if they have to say how
Mm-hmm.
can I package it that way, and how safe is it for me to do things that way and whatnot. Then it becomes easier to put even 500 rand a month towards a destination of your choice, right? So 500 a month by 12 months, that's 6,000 rand, and that can take you to three countries.
Mm-hmm. It can. It
Those
can.
three Swaziland and Mozambique, Ponte Duro. So you would have done a whole freaking nice tour over 4 days, even more, right? But then to get your 6,000 rand to even go a longer way, right? Target dates where it's a holiday in your own home country, South Africa being. Yet it won't be a holiday in another country, in the country of destination. So if it's a holiday here on the 16th, and the 16th is a Tuesday, 16th of June is a Tuesday, it's not a holiday in Swaziland. So you're not going to be charged the prices of tourism traffic, which would be high. Right? But in South Africa, because everyone is not doing much during the 16th, they just want to go and chill somewhere at nice hotels or travel around and whatnot. So the prices are slightly higher in South Africa, if you get me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's how that's really how I would like people to do things, or to look at them that way. In any case, that's at LYD. That's how we package our travel or our tours, so they can be affordable to everyone.
brilliant concept, and the manner in which you lay it out as well. So that would definitely be something that would appeal to me, and I think it would appeal to many people. Um, we're almost out of time. So if you could just share with us, where can people follow you? So your social media handles, so that we, for those who want to reach out to you, they can reach out to you. And by the way, do you ever like speak at schools or something if they have a career day where, say, perhaps someone wants to contact you? Do you do that kind of stuff?
I haven't started doing that, but it's something that one considers in the future. The reason why I haven't started is just because I feel that I'm not a complete package yet.
Yeah.
However, we all start somewhere. So yes, after this COVID-19, because so many things, it has taught us so many other things and whatnot. Not only when it comes to career guidance, but also to life skills. Because many people are not coping right now to really stay focused and stay at home and all of that. So I guess every single day is experience for one to consider certain things. But yes, it's something that I'm considering, and I'd really love an opportunity to speak to the young people, especially given what my life has been, what my career has been, and to where I am today, and to really show, yeah, to really speak to young ones to say it is possible. In fact, you don't really need someone to make it possible for, but you need support. You need people that can believe, that would believe in you, right? So LYD as a travel company does have an Instagram page. It's LYD underscore travel. LYD underscore travel. LYD stands for Love Your Destination. So LYD underscore travel. That's where you could find us. Of course, you don't only inquire about us making money through you as a person that would inquire. Also, just for advice, you're still welcome to send us an email to info@lydgroup.co.za. Info@lydgroup.co.za. So yes, I'm very much excited to want to hear what people would like to think about, and I know after the lockdown, people are really itching to be out there. I,
Oh,
I,
yeah, I think it's time to actually capitalize on that.
yeah,
So thank you so much for joining us, but also thank you so much for trusting us with your story.
thank
You have a formidable story. I think it's really amazing, and a story that every young person needs to hear, because sometimes people lose hope because of their circumstances. But I think your story just makes us believe that when you have will
yeah,
and you keep on keeping on, it's like a woodpecker. I
yeah,
always, when I was in school, they used to show us this woodpecker, right? And it was
yeah,
peck, and
yeah.
it stops pecking just as it's about the log is about to fall over. And they say never stop pecking, because you don't know when the next peck is the peck that will tilt it over.
That's
And
so
I think
true.
you are a prime example of that.
Yeah.
And you
Uh,
still pick.
Thank you. One thing that I should say I'm proud of, Michelle, by
Mhm.
you, is for setting up this kind of conversations, right? Especially during this time as well, right? And yes, please document more stories. I'm proud of you as a bubbly person that I've met not so long ago, but that seems to be doing and making waves on topics that really matter. Because lately, what I've realized is that everyone is out there and everyone is a publisher, but most people publish for clout, what's called clout lately. Of
Mhm.
course, get as many followers as possible and pose and do all sorts of things and show
Mhm.
us glasses of what you're drinking and all of that. But I like the fact that you're making it go a very long way. And yes, please keep going as well and give more people that have got beautiful stories that could inspire the other people out there a chance. And yeah, feature them on your channel. I really appreciate it. And yeah,
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. You're gonna make me cry.
you're doing well. Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. See you soon. Mwah.
Bye.